Um, Hi guys, welcome back to Cat Talk.
Hi.
Hi. So, actually, we're spilling the tea. Where's the energy that we had earlier when we were talking about spilling the tea and stuff? Yeah. So basically, we're spilling the tea. What we're talking about are shady people who like to make shady comments, and because you act like you didn't hear their shade, they think you're dumb, so they keep making shady comment. Let me tell you, we hear
You think I'm dumb?
we
You
realize
think
your
I'm
comments.
stupid?
You are shady, and we just choose to ignore you. So don't think you pulled a fast one on us because you are very shady, girl. And you know what? Let me just say this disclaimer before we get into this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, turn on the push notifications, drop a comment down below if you can relate. And let me just say this: people who have always wronged you will think that you are talking about them. People who have wronged you in general will always, think that you are talking about them. So
Well,
if you
if
feel
the
like
if
this
the
video
shoe
is about
fits,
you, maybe you should check yourself a little bit. Pardon?
if the shoe fits, they can wear it.
There you go. If you feel like this video is
Would
about
that mean being shady?
a little bit. I'm Daisy.
I'm Sosa.
I'm Dana.
And this is Cat Talks. All right, guys, let's hop into it.
Yeah. So when people are being shady, like that's something that I don't really like, and sometimes you don't even realize it until later on.
Sorry, it's not funny, but it's funny how you said when people are being shady. That's something I don't really like. Of course, nobody likes when someone's being shady. Oh yeah, when people are being shady, that's something that I love. I just love when people.
Well, some people love shade. Like some people might like it. You never know. Like you don't know what everybody else's kink is.
There's,
because we have no idea. I'm going to say that I really don't like when people are being shady. Sometimes you don't even realize it until afterwards. Like honestly, what I hate is having to do some like 4-year level university math over what the fuck the person
in your head. Well, you know the worst part? You know the worst shade is a shade that you don't realize right away, or the shade that you respond to, but you think about it after and you're like, I should have said this. That's the worst type of shade, you know? Like they shade you and you're like, you respond with one thing, but it's weak. Like, but then you think about it later, you're like, that person better come by again because I'm ready this time. You know?
You're right.
Kind of shade. You calculate, like you said, in your head, and you're like, I had a good one. Oh, damn it. But yeah, not okay to be shady out there.
Yes, I agree with that. Like sometimes it can be really like hard to tell when they're shading you, but I feel like over time, if someone's like sneak dissing you and stuff, like over time you like catch the cues, and it's definitely good to like, I don't even know, like how would you guys say to respond to shade? Like do you just ignore it because you see it as like a passive aggressive attempt to try to put someone down? Like usually I see it as like a manifestation of that person's insecurities. So for that reason, I ignore it because girl, I'm unbothered. And if you have a problem with me, you will tell me what your problem is instead of sneak dissing me. Okay?
I love you. And I love that you're unbothered. But like when you go low, I'm gonna bring it to the ground with you. Shady. So when you go low, I'm not gonna go high. I am going to come to the ground. Okay.
Personally, I respect, Daisy, the fact that you tell people how it is, like right to them when they give you shade. Usually I try to ignore them as well. I find it easier to try to not allow that person to ruin my day by me having to also be a way to them to make them feel bad, because that's how I take it. If they have something to say to me to try to make me feel a way that I'm not feeling already, like to try to bring you down, it's insecurity. That's what I think as well. Because people don't like normally go out of their way to make people feel like crap, or try to make people feel like crap, or try to like throw shade for something, unless it's something that they're insecure about, in my opinion.
Well, you guys are definitely bigger people than me, but I feel like this is going to be a great question for the comments. So what do you guys do? Do you guys ignore shade? Do you guys bring it to the ground, like I said? Or I don't know, like what are your solutions to people?
Like to me, if it's like super subtle shade, then obviously like if you have a problem with me, you will tell me.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's a shade that like is supposed to be subtle, but it's literally out there, like, you know, like not so subtle shade. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then
Like ridiculous stuff. Yeah,
Huh?
like that stuff that you shouldn't even pay attention to. That's like ridiculous.
Yeah,
Like
like
random
it's just
stuff,
like
right?
so
Yeah.
crazy. Then obviously, like
Like what?
I will respond in a way to let you know how stupid you're being in that moment. But if it's like super subtle and like, you know, you're not like, I don't know if you have a problem with me, but you're being hostile towards me for no reason, like I'm just gonna already see it as like, okay, this person has like some internal issues that they have to deal with and it has nothing to do with me. But I definitely do want to keep my distance from somebody like that, because like, you know, if they have a problem with you and they're not like telling you, then like, you know, there are definitely other things that they could hide. Like, I don't know what that person's intentions are towards me. So I definitely would want to like watch the way I like deal with that person, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Yes, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm one to confront a person and say, what is your issue with me? But definitely some people are just not worth it. Do you get what I mean? Like,
but that's the truth though, is that most of the time the people who are trying to shade you are not worth it. They're like literally not worth it. And what's the point of me like bringing myself to your level where I know that me being myself on the level that I am for myself right now makes you feel threatened? Like half the time I feel like that's kind of what they want, is like to bring you down to their level. So when you engage in that kind of like nonsense, then you're definitely playing into their game that they want. So the best thing to do is just ignore it. And if someone has a problem with you, they will, like, if you can't tell me you have a problem with me, then like obviously there's no problem here. There is no problem.
Definitely bigger people than me.
Shade comments, when they're made, they are most of the time like cheap shots over something that really doesn't even deserve your attention. So like you said, when you give attention to that, like you are going down to their level. Like if someone is like, "Oh, I really like your hair today," and like laughs, or you know, like those random things.
Yeah, like some random like, "Oh, did you see me on your
like,
lashes
okay,
or something?"
like,
literally, like,
yeah, like people like using, they like be complimenting you, but then for some reason you're like, I don't know why this compliment just sounds like an insult. Like,
yeah, it's almost backhanded.
What's
it's
even
like
the point? Like
stuff. Why? What's the whole point of that? You know?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Anyway,
And
those people definitely
like
have this
an example I made up, but
yeah,
like that Mean Girls episode,
yeah, it's like the
right?
Mean Girl stuff. It's like
Yeah, like we know people do that. We all know.
There's so many people who do that,
to her, and now you do it to me. I'm gonna take it that way.
Yeah,
like, I can also see in the mirror. My hair's not looking that good today. Like it isn't. So I don't know. Not today. Today it looks good. But.
Yeah, today your hair looks lovely.
You know.
Yeah. I so sad.
Do it other days. Thank you.
I think, girl, my hair looked amazing.
Oh, I got to ignore shade and become the bigger person.
Look at this depth and the definition.
Usually you have to move. I'm trying to test you guys one hand. You guys said you move. Wow, Dana, I love that color on you.
Oh, thanks. Thank you.
You're like, well, thank you. It's forest green.
I really like your I really like
Dana. I love that color on you.
No. This is one of them. This is one of them. JC, I really love your
Trying to.
Anyway, Dana. So
examples of how to ignore shade. You seem like you cannot. It's almost like you can't provide those examples of how to ignore shade firsthand. But like, yeah.
Let's leave in I don't know, like what year, 2020 or something. It's like March 2021. Okay, going forward, let's not say to people, because that's just the bottom of the barrel behavior, and we don't want to do that. Okay, it's not cute.
If you are shading people, you feel threatened by them. You see something in them that you wish you have or you are. Okay, so don't be shady. If you have an issue with somebody, confront them head on. Stop side dissing. Stop throwing the shots. Stop taking cheap shots. Like, you know, confront them. Tell them what your issue is. And if you feel like you can't do that, then keep your problems to yourself. Like, keep your issues to yourself. Don't be shading people. Like, you're a coward if you do stuff like that.
True.
Mhm.
There are other ways that you can feel good about yourself.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Than to bring someone down.
Yeah.
You don't have to pull them down
Mhm.
for you to feel lifted. Like, and that's just that.
Mhm.
I don't know. But yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, I feel like
There we
we definitely said our piece here. Shady people are a no-go. Nobody likes them. Nobody
Bad
likes
vibes.
you.
Bad
Bad
vibes.
Definitely bad vibes. Oh, can we talk about vibes for a second, ladies?
Okay, bring the conversation around, girl. Talk about the vibes. I'm
And then
talking
can
about the
we,
vibes.
yeah,
Okay,
let's
how
segue
about
into
the
the
fact
vibes.
that anybody who says or wears a shirt that says good vibes only normally doesn't have
Have
good
good
vibes.
vibes. Yeah.
Oh, no. Can I say another one? Another one is like the first people to be like,
Yeah.
nobody said anything. Literally nobody. And they come out and be like, oh my God, like, I'm all for women supporting women. Like, women should just like support women. 5 minutes later, bro.
You're
5 minutes
tearing down
later,
a
you're like,
woman.
the vibes are off right now.
Yeah. Girl. But let me say, before we hop right into the vibes, I want to say I'm definitely an energy reader. Like, I sense people's energy, and that's how I can tell if I can approach them or not. If your energy and mine don't align, or just like we're not compatible. So I'm an energy reader, and let me tell you something: the way you address people, the way you speak to people, that reflects on your vibes and your energy, and it gives out the vibrations that you put out there. So let me tell you, shady people, if you're shady out here, you're rude, you're mean, nobody is going to want to be around you because you're giving out bad energy to people.
Preach.
Let me tell
Preach,
you
yeah.
there.
Everything you said, I love.
To anybody who does have good vibes only and wears that shirt because
Oh,
I mean,
thank you,
I'm
Dana.
sure there are
I have that
people who
shirt.
do.
You are
That was
shady to
rude.
me.
That was shade.
You have shady
have
to
this shirt?
me. Yeah, I'm sure there's some people out there with the shirt
Girl.
vibe only
For
that
sure.
has good vibes. Okay,
Yeah.
you guys.
Could I add on to TikTok? My favorite trend that I've been seeing on TikTok are a lot of the university memes. I feel like that is something that has helped me through the Zoom era, like the Zoom university style from home kind of learning. Yeah, I appreciate
especially when you're
let me
like,
just,
you
let me
think you're
just tell you
struggling.
guys. Let me just tell
Especially-
your ass that you need to get off TikToks and be on your school website for Zoom.
You're being shady right now.
This girl out here telling me
I
I
mean,
am on TikTok and it's helped me through
Oh,
school. How are you
I
doing
mean,
that?
better.
How are you doing that?
Time.
One time, I need to add on.
Oh, wait.
I need to.
TikTok study.
Excuse me, class.
What should be helping you is your textbooks and the website.
Well,
Excuse me, class. I would like to add on to what Dana said. Yes, absolutely. I agree, man. Like, sometimes I think I was struggling. Like, I thought like, okay, sorry, I need to reword this. Sometimes I think that my, like whatever problem I was having, I just think that, oh my God, I was like the only person experiencing this. Like, oh my God, I'm not motivated right now. Or, oh, I'm like half asleep in bed, but like half in class. And then I go on TikTok and there'd be like a viral video and it'd be like someone being like, oh, me trying to be in class. And then it'd be like the person like passing out. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, wow, the fact that this is viral means a lot of people can relate and I don't feel alone. So I do really agree with what Dana said about it actually helping me get through the whole period of the pandemic. I feel like social media for sure was something that definitely helped like take away the depressing kind of aspect of the pandemic. And if we were in an era where social media wasn't a thing, like I feel like this would have been a lot more detrimental to our mental health than it than it was. You know what I mean? At least me.
You can hang with us, the three of us. I'm Daisy.
I'm Isosa.
And I'm Dana.
And this is Cat Talks. Bye, guys. Bye.
Cat Talks.
Aldrig